Okay. And also, quick shout out, some boyfriend, James, helped me get a new backdrop. It goes over here a little bit. I'm super excited, I'm super happy. I actually have my own little makeup space now, and I love it. So, stay. Or don't. This is fun. This video is going great already. Look at this. So, some of the stuff I used in high school, I couldn't really get without reaching out to a, Carrie May salesperson, and I really didn't want to do that. And I remember, you know, being ages 16 to 18, you know, I had to pay for my own makeup. So my mom was really awesome. My 16th birthday took me to one, and she taught me how to do my makeup, of which I didn't listen to anything she said, and you'll see why. But I did get some of the similar products. I mean, this is even the original brush I used to use, and it's still good because I didn't really use it a whole lot. I used to do a whole lot of makeup. Shocker. So for foundation, because back in high school, primer, we don't know her. We don't like her. Concealer, I have flawless skin, you know. So for foundation, I got the CoverGirl Clean. This wasn't quite out. This is one similar that I had used, not my senior year, but it came out I think a couple years after senior year, and I tried it a couple times. It was very similar to the one the cream to powder foundation I used to use. They do actually still continue to make the same blush I used to use, and I hate blush, and this is probably the core reason for it. This is a horrible shade. Maybe it'll look better now that I know how to apply blush properly, but we'll see. No bronzer, none of that. No highlight, didn't need it. Thought my cheekbones were great. Eyeliner though was this Maybelline Long Lasting Studio. I even used this brush and everything with it. And then for mascara, this is actually still one I do still use. It is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I've used this before in a couple of my videos. I do love this formula. I love everything about this product. But in high school, I didn't know how to use the brush properly. So I thought the clumpy chunky mascara was the way to go. So dive right in. I'm gonna go ahead and do this on the right side of my face, and then the left side I will do how I do now. I have so much anxiety about this. Oh, and eyeshadows. This is the most embarrassing part. For about 2 years, I know for sure, that's all I did senior years, I had 3 eyeshadow shades that I bought from Monique Carly that I'm gonna try and find. I know I have shades similar to them, they're pretty basic, but I had a blackest black, I had a shimmer pink, like pink, and a very opaque shimmery white. And you could see where every single one was placed on my face. And like I said, I didn't quite want to reach out to a sales rep for this. Nothing against the brand, anything like that. They make good products. I just didn't want to because I already have so many, and I know that I wouldn't be needing them after this, just because I've got so much other crap that I can use that is very similar when I'm just kind of showing what I used to do. So I'm gonna find some shades real quick. Sitting here thinking about this, I'm just like, I used to remember all the compliments I would get in high school about my makeup. Y'all a bunch of liars. Mean girls, you are mean. Now I'm not saying like I hated high school by any means. I actually had a pretty good time when I was in class. I wasn't the most liked, but I wasn't the most hated. Was not the best person, needless to say. So a little bit background some other time. I don't feel like getting into that. Maybe I will. I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. I feel like I'm committing sin because I'm not putting on a primer. And I'm putting a powder foundation on it. I have very dry skin. I have always had very dry skin. Does this not have a lid? Oh, it does have a lid. How does this? They changed the packaging. I don't understand. That's not. And then there's the. Do I have to break this? I don't want to. CoverGirl, why? Why you do this? I shouldn't have to. Did I get it on there? Okay. So now we got that. This was me in high school. You see this? See this sponge right here? Never used them. So when I would use a cream foundation or a liquid foundation, this brush. So we're just, and they even had the shade that I tried before. I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is so wrong. This is not my shade at all, but we're just gonna go in how I used to do it. Just like that, and I have to resist the urge to tap it off, because I didn't believe in that. I didn't know that was a thing. So ashamed of myself right now. I can't even. Okay. Yeah, look at that coverage. Look at all that. And I would just go in like this, and I would keep going in, and no concealer, didn't really cover up. I'd even, in my brows, and I'm sure you noticed, no brow products. I'll show you what I used to do to my brows. I used to not get them waxed or trimmed or take care of them. So in a minute, I will show you what I used to do with my brows. It's horrifying, and this feels, I can already feel my skin drying out. And I never would bring it down my neck. I would stop at my jawline. Because, you know, mismatching is totally okay. I mean, this shade actually isn't, it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I do feel, I feel cakey. I was just touching my face. Because I would just keep going. Why did no one correct me? Why didn't anyone be like, Kat, your makeup sucks. Kat, you look like you're wearing powder. On camera, this doesn't look bad. But I'm looking in the mirror, I can just see it's sitting in under here. It is patchy. It is, I didn't blend it down my neck, so I feel naked. I want to cry. So there's that. And I didn't believe in different brushes. So we're just gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna do a foundation and blush. Get all up in there. Look at all that kickback this thing makes. And just, you guys, I know some of you think I'm joking about this. I'm not. That felt dirty. That just felt so wrong. So now, this is what I used to do with my eyebrows. I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, but like I said, I didn't wax them, I didn't cut them, like I had bushy brows. Like it wasn't, my mom would have to force me to get my brows done. So I would take a brush like this, which this is still a really cool trick to do, but remember, I didn't fill in my brows. This is all I did. I would take hairspray, lightly coat it, and then I would just go through my brow like that, which I think this actually had a little bit of product on it, so not bad. Keep going through till they stayed where I wanted them to stay. And then by the end of the day, you would see like hairspray flaking off. Like, oh god, look. It's so stiff. Oh, so gross. So wrong. Just, this is wrong. Someone put me in jail. Please. Please. So, we're gonna get into the eyeshadow. I grabbed some that were similar. I actually even have these super cute little things, which my mom actually got me for Christmas, and I saw them and I'm just like, really, Mom? That's, who uses these? But I'm kind of glad she did, because this is all I used to use to apply my makeup. So, like I said, I had 3 shades. Black, pink, white. This is honestly how I used to do it. I would take, this is the closest shade to the pink I would get, and I would just get it in there, all up in there. And then I'd go like this. Yep. This is no blending, just that straight mark. Then I would go in and take a shimmer. This is the BH Back to Brazil palette, by the way, that I'm using. So I'm going to take this shimmery white here. Just going to load it up with that. And then I would go like this. Yeah. Get all over that. All above the pink. So in a way, like a cut crease, but not, because I would go all the way up here. It's not showing enough. So similar to what I used to use, it's not. So we're gonna dip in this one. That's better. I'm using the white highlight shimmer from my Zodiac palette, just to kind of show, like, you can see how high I used to take this all the way up there. I'm sure you're thinking, oh, well, you put black, that couldn't have been too bad. You were wrong. I would take black, and so I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Basics for this, and just load it up, and I would do a straight line. Straight out. Just like that. Inner me is dying. And I would try and get it as square as possible. So then I would take my handy, which actually I'm excited to use this again. This was actually a really good eyeliner, if I used it right. So I got this handy dandy little brush, no angle. It is stiff as hell, and I need my mirror for this. I would take my brush and I would just swipe it in there a couple times. You think, this is going good, you're doing fine. No. Here's what I would do. I'd go across my lid, trying to keep it as even as possible, which with this brush is nearly impossible because it is just so stiff. I don't want you guys thinking I'm not trying. I'm actually trying here. I'm trying to do it like 18-year-old cat would. And it's just, this is hurting my heart. So I'd go across the lid. It's everything in me not to switch to a different brush because this thing just being so flat and fat, you can't really, it's just, I mean, it's not a bad brush. It's just used to, just what I'm used to. See, I've already got some right there fall out because I would just pack it on and it would just fall on my face. And I would just continue the line. And then I'd get here, and this is what I would go straight out. This is, I'm having an internal conflict. I'm gonna have to go have a mental breakdown for 5 minutes, I think. I don't know. Ah! My eye looks so dark. And we're still not done. Just a black eyeliner. And then you would just go in, get all in that waterline, and let it be in my lashes, all of it. We don't fill in the top lash line. We don't need to. We already look, we can't even already see my brown eyes. So then from there, like I said, I love this mascara now that I know how to use it. I still even like the formula then when I didn't use it properly. So we're just gonna take this mascara on and apply it how I used to. I would take this long spiky end and just, yeah, not apply it right at all. Because I thought the long spiky end was for my top lashes and the short end was for my bottom. So my bottom lashes were always clumpy. And my long lashes, or my top lashes, weren't getting coated properly. So you really couldn't see them, so I had to sit there and go over and over and over and over. And you can see my lash line, you can see it all. So again, took the bottom and just, oh yeah. I'm burning up because my anxiety is so bad right now. Like, why didn't anyone tell me? And the friends that I've had for 10 plus years, I'm calling you out, you lied. distinctly remember you guys always being like, oh, your makeup looks so good, which this at the time probably looked good. It was 2010, it's 2020 now. We know how to blend, we know how to conceal, we know how to contour. But 18-year-old me just would give the finger to all that stuff because I'm pretty sure that's about the time it started coming out and, you know, sorry. And YouTube was a thing, it was starting to be a thing and popular, and kind of started, makeup gurus started getting out there and showing their stuff and what they do. I didn't watch any of them. I didn't care. My nose is running really bad. What is in that powder now? My skin since then has become a lot more sensitive. So, honestly, it could have been this brush. The fact that I still have a Schmary Schma brand brush cracked me up. I found it going through my almost 200 plus brushes the other day. Because I threw a bunch away that I just did not use, that were old, that for some reason I was holding on to, I don't know. And I found this and I'm like, I'm keeping this just because this is an actual real hair brush. It is very coarse just because of the age. I never really cleaned it properly. I don't even remember cleaning my brushes in high school. But then again, this was the only brush I had. So, disturbing fact. It's yelling at me and it's saying, you know this is wrong. You're committing treason. You should go to jail. I can't. I can't even right now. Lastly, for lips, just this. And yeah, just take a clear gloss. And that side shot. Oh, this is bad. Oh, it's real bad. Like, look at my lashes. Like, the bottom are so clumpy and the top are just, I mean, brush shape's not bad though, but the eyeshadow is just, and the amount of blush, and just for once for today's video, I will put on some blush just to show that I know where it goes, I just don't like it. So I'm just gonna real quick do just gonna go ahead and do this side of my face and kind of just show the difference of what I used to do. So, all the feels right now. Went ahead and typed in 2010 top 100 songs. These are songs I haven't even thought about. Rolling in the Deep, Adele, Just the Way You Are, Bruno Mars, Rihanna, Only Girl in the World, California Girls by Katy Perry, 303. Oh, damn. Oh my gosh. These are hilarious. We're gonna just we're gonna let these kind of flow. But I remember specifically dancing to Bottoms Up by Trey Songz at one of my high school homecoming dances, so that's hilarious. Moves Like Jagger, oh my gosh, that was so popular. That was like more end of 2010, because I remember I went to prom with my best friend, what would have been his junior year, because some of my best friends were about 2 years younger than me, so went to his prom, and I just remember Moves Like Jagger playing at prom, and just everyone just like getting it, and oh my god. Need You Now, Lady Antebellum. Oh my gosh, I remember being 18, boyfriend broke up with me, just laying in bed crying, listening to it at 2 in the morning. End of the world. He broke up with me. Oh my god. Well, yeah, because I was kind of a dick. Like, I was not good in relationships in high school and most of my 20s, so the year end, the #1 song of 2010 was TikTok by Kesha. This was like my theme song. So we're just gonna pop that on. Make you fall in love, I would already have you under my arm. I used to ball in my tricks. I hope that you like this, but you probably won't. You think you're cooler than me. Me and one of my best friends, Micah, I just think, I'm just gonna go through with my usual stuff, my Milani, my Believe, whatever. We used to drive, I remember distinctly driving around in her red sports car to this song, just rocking out like we were the coolest people ever. And if you looked at us, you wouldn't, everyone was very surprised when I said that was one of my best friends, because she was cheerleader at Beatty out there, and I was the wrestling, soccer player, punk rock. Like, we're from two different worlds, but we clicked. We've clicked ever since middle school, freshman year. I'm very grateful to still have her in my life to this day. I have just a few friends, 3 specifically, that have been around since high school that I still keep in regular contact with. They're not all here, obviously, living in this town. They all got smart and got out of great bit. This is my llama that holds my Q-tips, by the way. I'm out of Q-tips. So, I don't know why I mixed up so much foundation. I'm only doing half my face. It was very surprising to a lot of people, the people who were my friends, because they were so different from me. And looking back, I understand why now, because I tell people, like, yeah, that's my best friend. You're friends with her? And I'm sure she got asked the same thing, and she was, out there, and always treated me good, always a good friend. Like I said, I'm grateful I still have her in my life, as well with most of my friends that I still have. I can't picture high school being any different without them. Now, would I change my behavior that I did in high school? Oh yeah. Some of it. So I didn't really care. But, that's a part of growing up and learning. Yeah. I just remember all the songs we used to drive around listening to, and all the things we used to do, and feeling so invincible. And just looking back now, like, I don't know how my parents put up with me, in all honesty. Like, bless parents. You think that your parents are being hard on you. Like, looking back, the lessons they were trying to teach me, had I listened and actually heard what they're saying instead of thinking in my head, shut up, I know more than you, shut up, I run this world, shut up, like, just the things I was thinking in my head, instead of, if I actually had just listened to the things my parents said, especially my mom, I don't think my life would have went as off-road as it did. I'm grateful for the things that happened. I don't like how they happened, but I'm grateful for how they did, because I was an ungrateful brat. To my brothers, to my mom, my dad, a lot of my family members, even my friends. I was horrible to them. And the fact that some of my friends are still here by my side to this day amazes me. And my mom to this day is still my best friend. I know at this point, I can go to her about anything. And I still have the close friends. I know I can call on a dime and be like, hey, here's what's going on. And they'll be like, boom, there for me. No questions asked, never want anything in return. And I took advantage of a lot of that in high school, so I did lose some friends, but I also did have some very shady friends. Like, one friend outright tried to steal my boyfriend from me. When I confronted her, I was like, I saw the messages of you trying to get with him. Like, that's the kind of people I used to associate with. The things I did that, like I said, I'm grateful for the people that put up with me through the roughest part of my life. It didn't get easier till I started making better choices. So I'm a full believer in karma. It's sad the contrast between the two is completely screwing up my camera. Like, it can't focus, and I feel really bad about it. But I'll put a picture when it's all done. Y'all, this was like the song when you broke up with your boyfriend. You're the one, you drove around town blaring it, singing it with your girlfriends. You know it. Listening to like the lyrics of this song, it's like, CeeLo, bro, who hurt you? And how do I hurt them? Alright guys, so this is the finished look. So here's how, the comparison side by side. Here's how I used to do it in high school to now. 10 years does make a difference. Practice, practice, practice. So making the ending kind of short. I thank you guys for watching and checking it out. I appreciate it. I gotta go pick up the kiddo from school here in a few minutes. So I'm gonna go up there looking like this. This is gonna be a great time for me. I'm so good at timing. But thanks for kind of checking this out and seeing how I used to do it and how I do it now. It shows it shows how much you can grow with keeping practice in 10 years. I didn't fully practice those full 10 years, but it's just the difference. I've been more active with makeup the past 5 years, so, but still, just it can make a difference. And this kind of shows don't give up. You might not get the perfect winged every time, but someday you will, you know? You can do it. Anyone can. And if you can change, if I can change from this to this, so can you. So, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.